Hi, I'm Nick Weih. I enjoy oil painting. Let me show you some of the brushes I use. First of all, there's basically two different kinds of hair with brushes. We have bristle, which are very firm, sturdy brushes, and we have sable, very soft, delicate brushes. I'm going to go through the different types of brushes. These two almost look alike. This one's a flat, and this one's a bright. The flat brush has longer bristles, about a third longer or a quarter longer. It holds a little more paint than the bright. It's a little softer. It's great for doing skies, large areas of water. The bright has shorter bristles, so they're a little firmer. It's great for holding it on edge and doing a quick line while you're painting. Doesn't hold quite as much paint because the bristles are shorter. I have different sizes. Still the same brushes, flat and a bright. Okay, I also have, this has a funny name, a Filbert brush. It looks a lot like the flat or the bright, but it's rounded. It's still a flat brush, but it's rounded. And one of the things this is used for, when you touch the canvas with this brush, it doesn't leave a sharp corner. And when you raise it up from the canvas, it doesn't leave a sharp corner because it's rounded. So you get a softer brush stroke. Many people use this for doing portrait work, so they can do nice soft blending. Then we have a round brush. It's not round that way, it's round this way. It holds the most paint. Round brush, sometimes they come to a point, sometimes they don't, they have a dull end. This is good for putting a lot of paint down on your canvas. It's also, because it appears thinner, it's good for doing long, heavy lines, a tree trunk, side of a building. Okay, then we have a fan brush. Actually, I don't use a fan brush too much. A lot of people use it for blending. Some people use it for painting trees. I use it for very little bit of blending or taking hairs out of my paint. It's not a brush I use very often, but it's available. I have my Sable brushes. This is also a flat, as this one. I don't usually buy brights in Sable. I want the Sable brush to be nice and soft, so I buy the longer bristles, which is the flat. I'll go to a Sable round. That's great for doing details. The Sable brushes are much smaller than the bristle brushes. They're really used more for detailing than for large painting. You don't want to ruin an expensive Sable brush doing the sky. Probably the finest brush is my script liner brush. And as it sounds, the liner brush is used for making lines. It'll make nice long thin lines if you want to show ropes on a sailboat or fence pickets, grass, all sorts of details. The best kind of liner brush to buy, again, is Sable. Nice soft bristles. I also have here a Mop Brush. Excuse me. Funny thing about a Mop Brush, this is supposed to be for blending. This is really more for the portrait artist also, so you can get a nice soft blend, the skin tones. I'm a little unorthodox in my painting. I use a mop brush to wipe away the extra charcoal left. You know, if I do a charcoal sketch, I like to get the dust off. So the people that designed the Mop Brush are probably not too happy with me about that. Also, I have here some old brushes. Brushes I've been using a few years. They get really frayed and they're horrible. I never throw a brush away. You never know when you might want to use it to scrub in something. You can be a little rough with it. So what? The brush is already ruined. You can still get the paint on the canvas though. Save all your brushes. I use these small ones that are kind of shot for doing leaf patterns. The rust on a boat. Anyway, I don't throw away brushes and I don't spend a lot of money on brushes. I try to get deals, sales. There's really no sense in spending an awful lot of money on a brush. Spend a little more on your paint. That's what people are going to see.